And here we go. This bout is underway. It's the Apex Predator Randy Orton and the Ring General Gunther eyeing each other down. And what a big fight feel this is between the two of the very best that not just WWE, but professional wrestling as a whole has to offer. And the fans are on their feet, and they haven't even locked up yet. That's insane. The fans are just hyped up for this match between two of the best. They know this is going to be a classic. What's interesting about these two have a very similar in-ring style. They work very slow-paced matches, so we're going to see how this is going to work as these two tie up, collar and elbow, center of the ring. This is now where you feel out your opponent, figure out, what you can do, find maybe some weak points, and get a picture of what this is going to look like and what their opponent could do as we get later into the match. And a dream match, some are calling it, as Gunther drives Randy Orton into the corner. Dan Engler forcing the rope break. There we go. Randy Orton has put this crowd in a frenzy. They want to see an RKO. The Ring General and Orton and Gunther lock up again, center of the ring. For Randy Orton, there's not many opportunities left. And, we heard it from AJ Styles say to the SmackDown general manager, Nick Aldis, when he wanted another shot at the world title, I don't have much time left. That hits deep. AJ Styles had a historic career. He was fortunate enough to travel all over the world, but Father Time catches everybody, and his clock is ticking on his career. Randy Orton has been through a lot as well, spent 18 months off his career from a brutal attack from the Bloodline and had to get back fusion surgery. Double back fusion surgery, rather. This crowd is absolutely electric, and these two have only just tied up. And Gunther goes after the arm of Orton. This is a smart strategy. Gunther going after the arm. You don't want to take too many risks early on in this match. Just feel your opponent out. Figure out what their game plan is. Try and get in the mind of your opponent. And Gunther goes after Orton. Orton trying to get out of this one. As these two are back up to their feet. Orton now with wrist control over the Ring General Gunther. Randy Orton has mind games much like the Ring General Gunther. That's one thing Gunther needs to remember about Randy Orton. Is just how maniacal and diabolical Randy Orton can truly be. Randy Orton is as dangerous as they come. He's the Apex Predator for a reason. He's a 14-time world champion for a reason. Intercontinental champion, United States champion, multi-time tag team champion. Orton has faced the best of the best, and at one point the youngest world heavyweight champion at the age of 24. And Orton trying to get under the skin of Gunther. Gunther realizes how big of a match this truly is. Both men taking their time. And like I mentioned earlier, these two men have a very slow pace. So not to be surprised by how slow and how methodical these two are taking this match. That's important. They're all doing it. It's all about becoming king of the ring. Randy Orton showing Gunther what's up with a side headlock. Shoulder tackle takes Gunther off his feet. And a Side headlock takeover from the Viper. And Orton controlling Gunther. You know, usually we see Gunther in control a lot, but this is the first time we haven't seen too much offense from Gunther. We're seeing a lot of offense from Randy Orton, but not much from the ring general. The ring general needs to really figure out where he's got to go from here. Now that he and Orton have figured each other out a little bit more, Gunther's got to figure out, hey, Randy Orton's not like any other opponent I've ever faced in my entire career. This is different. This is a legend. This is a future WWE Hall of Famer. And I've got to figure out how I'm supposed to break down Randy Orton to a point where I can become King of the Ring. Gunther, from the very moment that the King of the Ring was announced, he had his eyes set on becoming the King General. And Gunther trying to break free. Orton with his side headlock locked in deep. And Orton has a lot of damage to his knee already done. And there's one thing we know about Gunther. Gunther likes to use his opponents' weaknesses to his advantage. That's what makes him a great wrestler. That is why he's the ring general. He knows his way around the squared circle. He knows how to use his opponents' weaknesses against them. Orton gets caught with a thunderous chop, and he's stunned a little bit. Gunther may have only pissed off Randy Orton with that chop. Randy Orton just frustrated. Gunther is not believing what he's seeing. Usually, his opponents fly back. One other chop from Randy Orton, or from Gunther rather, to Randy Orton. And it's only making Randy Orton angrier. This time it gets blocked. You don't see this too often. A chop from Gunther get blocked like that. And now the Apex Predator on the attack with these clubbing blows to the face of the ring general. Now an uppercut and a second one. And now Gunther with an uppercut of his own. Right on the jaw of Orton, stunning Orton. And now Orton with an uppercut of his own. Orton has been stunned. His chest, he's feeling it in his chest. And an uppercut dropping Gunther to the mat. Orton with a clubbing right. And now up at the top, Orton with his clubbing blows right to the face of the ring general Gunther. And Orton, blow after blow, giving it everything he's got. Gunther catches Orton, breaks free. Orton's bad knee may have cost him here, no, but Orton blocked. Oh, and an RKO out of nowhere, but got blocked. Great sidestep from Gunther, and Orton lands on his spine. The lower back that surgically repaired may be causing Randy Orton some trouble here. Now Gunther is on the attack, and once now going after the injured back of Randy Orton. That surgically repaired back. Orton spent a year and a half out of action. He spent 18 months recovering from a double back fusion surgery, and it may all be for nothing as Gunther looks to reopen the wound and cause more damage to Randy Orton's spine. With every hit from Gunther to Randy Orton, it brings Gunther one step closer to becoming the king of the ring. Gunther realizes Randy Orton is not 100% heading into this match. Sending Orton to the ropes. Orton fights back with a big right, knocks Gunther off his feet. And now Orton is finding himself back in this one. Gunther counters, boot to the midsection. Gunther, thunderous chop, takes Orton off his feet. Like a frying pan to the chest. Gunther hitting Orton right on the heart with all of his might. And Orton once again holding onto that lower back. Stomping away on Randy Orton. Orton not in a good way here at all. Thunderous chop to Randy Orton. Let's take a look at that again. The way that Orton fell into the mat. And Gunther is in control. And Gunther saying he's going to become the king of the ring. And gesturing with the crown over his head. He's placing the crown that he's going to do it. And he's going to get that world title match at SummerSlam. But Orton's hurting really bad. Orton can barely stand. And Orton trying to just get himself up to his feet. Clubbing blow to the back of Orton. Orton had that injured back. And now Gunther again with a clubbing blow to the back of Orton, as Orton writhes in pain. Orton banged up, neck issues, back issues, knee issues. Orton has been doing this for over 20 years. Orton's gone through a lot of injuries. He started his career off with some shoulder injuries, and Gunther going after the shoulder of Randy Orton. He's going after the arm. This is a brilliant strategy from Gunther to break his opponent down, breaking Randy Orton down the way he is. Randy Orton, his knees given out. Randy Orton trying to find his way back up to his feet, but Gunther pulls him right down to the mat. Look at the seamless transition by Gunther, going from one thing to the next. Gunther putting all of his force onto the jaw of Randy Orton. That's going to block the airway off the champion. It's going to do a lot of damage. Gunther never wastes any motion. He uses everything he can to his advantage. Orton back to his feet, but gets caught with a boot to the midsection. Now a sidewalk slam, but rather into a backbreaker. Continuing to work on the spine. Orton able to kick out at 2 after Gunther went for the cover. Gunther thought he was going to get him right there, but Randy Orton still has some fight left in him. Gunther knows he needs to keep inflicting pain until it's enough to keep down Randy Orton. And it's going to keep a lot more than that to keep down the Apex Predator. Gunther is in his zone. He's just taking his time now. Scoop slam to Randy Orton. It's very classic. There's nothing fancy about it. It's simple yet effective to continue to do more damage to the spine of the Apex Predator, who is continuing to writhe in pain as he gets broken limb from limb by the ring general Gunther. Gunther could be moments away from calling himself the king of the ring. Will he be able to do it? Gunther, Intercontinental Champion for nearly 2 years. Gunther was the Intercontinental Champion, 666 days. And now Gunther going for a suplex. Orton blocks it. Great counters from Orton. And this time it connects. Orton gets the suplex this time. Both men go down, but Orton seems he got a bit out of that one on his spine, but Orton is trying to push through the pain to go to that place. Randy Orton. Randy Orton looks to take down Gunther. One for a clothesline. And Gunther with a forearm to the back of Orton. Orton gets caught with a chop. And a huge clothesline from Orton. And another clothesline. And Gunther goes for a clothesline again. Orton got caught. Orton was going for that power slam. And now a huge lariat from Gunther. Goes to the cover, hooks the leg. This one could do it. Randy Orton kicks that at 2. As this one continues, Gunther continues to give Randy Orton the fight of his life. Much the same for Orton giving Gunther the fight of his life. But right now, the ring general is in control. Let's take a look at that thunderous chop. And then a huge lariat that we just saw from Gunther moments ago. Gunther almost putting Randy Orton away to become the king of the ring, but not quite. Gunther knows Randy Orton very well. He's studied Randy Orton. That's what you do when you're a ring general. You study your opponent. And he watched on last night Randy Orton's match against Tama Tonga. Gunther sent in the back. Oh, and now gets caught with a snap power slam from Randy Orton. Randy Orton couldn't get all of it, though. He got enough of it, though. And now Gunther is in position. Gunther is in position, and Randy Orton going after the ring general. This could be the beginning of the end for the ring general with a snap DDT. That is vintage Randy Orton. Favoring the lower back and the knee. Randy Orton's going to have to find the wherewithal to continue to push through if he wants to add King of the Ring to his long list of accolades here in the WWE. Orton is back up to his feet. He's back up. Gunther trying to pull himself back up to his feet. Randy Orton is going to that place where he hears voices in his head, stalking his prey. Gunther about to get caught with an RKO, but got scouted. And now a scoop power slam from Gunther. Gunther going up to the top with a splash. Despite losing his bounty, he's still caught. Orton kicks out at 2. Gunther slipped, but still landed picture perfect. That's just how much of a ring general he truly is. He's able to catch himself. And Gunther looking for a second one. But Orton moves out of harm's way. And this time, an RKO out of nowhere, the center of the ring. But Randy Orton's spine causing him some trouble. Orton can't capitalize right away. Can he crawl to Gunther to make the cover? Can he drag himself towards the ring general? Bad knee, bad back and all. He's getting closer, but Gunther wisely rolls out of harm's way. That was tough for Randy Orton. Randy Orton thought he had it. Let's watch this again. Randy Orton, that knee taking some damage when he went for that snap power slam. Gunther went for a splash. The second time got caught out of harm's way. And this time an RKO connected. And Gunther is rolled to the outside. He's down and out. Orton's got to get him back in the ring if he's going to capitalize on this. Randy Orton looking my way at the announce desk. Following all the chops. Orton with a huge back body drop. With a backdrop suplex onto our announce desk. And Randy Orton, this is where Randy Orton really picks things up as he looks for a second one onto the ring general Gunther. As Gunther writhing and screaming in pain, Gunther's giving it everything he's got. Randy slithers back in the ring to break the count. Brilliant strategy from the Viper. And Gunther sends Orton's spine first in the ring apron. Great counter. That was extremely smart from the ring general to go after the spine of Randy Orton. He realized he had the opportunity and he took it. Gunther's in-ring IQ is second to none. And now this is going to be brutal. Orton trying to pick up Gunther. Gunther getting caught by Orton. Back body drop on the floor. But that took a lot out of Randy Orton to do. Countering the powerbomb from the ring general Gunther. Gunther gets caught with a big back body drop onto our backdrop suplex on our announce desk. They got to get back in the ring. Randy Orton. They're very close. 7. Randy Orton. At the count of 8, Randy Orton needs to make it back in the ring desperately. And Orton pulls himself up to the ring apron. Trying to drag himself back into this one. And now Gunther kicks the side of the leg of Randy Orton. Into the bad knee of Randy Orton and all. Gunther recognized the smallest opening that he had, and he took it. That's just how quick Gunther can react to the littlest openings. That's why he's so dangerous. Randy went down, and Gunther working on the knee of the Apex Predator. This is ironic if you think about it, the Predator seems to be becoming the prey for the ring general Gunther, who's now working on the knee of Randy Orton with a single leg crab. It's doing work on the knee, but it's the way Orton's back is being torqued. It's also putting a lot of pressure on the spine, with the knee being driven in the spine of Orton. Orton breaks free for the time being. And now Gunther stomps on the leg of Randy Orton. And they're going to turn Randy Orton around, going after the spine once again. What's it going to take to keep either one of these men down, as these two give it everything they've got? Grasping for the bottom rope, kicks back at Gunther. Gunther on his legs, or on his knees rather. Now back up to one knee. Orton's got to find a way to get back up to his feet. Despite everything that's been done to his body, he's going to have to push through. And now Gunther looking to finish the job with a half crab once again applied. This time it is locked in deep on the Apex Predator. And it could be a matter of moments before Randy Orton is forced to tap out or pass out. Randy Orton knows what it means, knows how much it hurts. Randy Orton touched the bottom turnbuckle, but Gunther able to pull back, and now Orton breaks free this time. RKO out of nowhere. This time it connects. Randy to become king of the ring. But Gunther kicks out. Orton going to get a full cover into a crucifix. Gunther did it. Gunther's the king of the ring. Oh my goodness. Gunther taking advantage of that split second after that cover to turn it into a crucifix to pick up the victory. That knee of Randy Orton costing him everything. Orton was hoping to become the king of the ring, but he couldn't use enough of his knee for leverage on the cover of Gunther after that RKO, and Gunther took full advantage with that crucifix cover to counter. That's just how deep the arsenal of Gunther goes. And Gunther pulls through to pick up the victory. The ring general snuck in and pulled out a victory. And what a battle between two of the very best. Orton a Hall of Fame career, and Gunther on his way to one with already being the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, now King of the Ring. This could have been the final straw where that knee took damage on that snap power slam. Gunther went for that lariat, then a splash, got out of harm's way. That was the first RKO out of nowhere, but the back cost Orton, couldn't capitalize. Gunther then rolled out of the ring, and then the backdrop suplexes to Gunther on the announce desk. And Orton was still favoring that lower back, and then the second RKO out of nowhere at the end. Went for the cover. He couldn't plant the leg where he wanted it to be. He couldn't plant on the mat, and it cost him. He held onto the knee, and Gunther turned Orton around. Great counter into a crucifix. I want to get another look at that. It almost seems like Randy Orton's shoulders wasn't on the mat. But right now, this moment belongs to the ring general Gunther, who is the new king of the ring. You can officially call Gunther the King General. From having his historic reign as the Intercontinental Champion and at WrestleMania to becoming King of the Ring, it is crazy what Gunther has been able to accomplish. A hard-fought battle, and in the end, Gunther was the better professional wrestler.